Bows and bow ties, I'm back. I'm all the way back. Okay. First of all, shout out to my New York Giants. Ew. Okay, hopefully we can get it done this weekend. All right, so look, you see the title, Plain Janes versus Pretty Girls. Are we really doing this? So I have a TikTok video that I want you guys to see because yeah, let me put my thing on. I'm a little chilly actually. I want to play this TikTok video. And it talks about there's a woman, I've actually reacted to it. I really love her response. Sorry, I'm putting on my oversized situation here. She um she talks about um being called a plain Jane. And I thought it's really interesting. Get myself together here. Okay. I thought it was really interesting because she echoed much of my sentiments exactly. For those of you, oh, let me see. Did I actually let me see. I wanted to show what the thumbnail was that you entered into to see this. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up. For those of you who are entering or who entered into this video, this is the thumbnail you should have seen. There's a video, there's a picture of me looking plain, and there's a picture of me, what I consider to be my baddie picture. I like using this picture. It's the easiest one. I got to find some other ones. But anyway, so yeah, let's put that back up. Plain versus baddie. Basically, you're plain Jane versus pretty girl. Same person. The only difference is in this one, the picture of me to the right, my baddie picture, I was having a little bit of makeup and some eyelashes. That's basically it. The one to the left is me looking extremely plain. Now we're going to talk about this for a second, okay? So look, let me play this video for you for a second.
I have nothing against the plain Jane females.
I seen this video going around, and honestly, I was just gonna let it pass by without saying anything. But somebody tagged me and made the mistake of calling me a plain Jane.
Now stop right there. I want you to take a look at this woman. Obviously, I paused it in a weird way. Now, I've seen this woman on her profile on TikTok. Now, this is a woman who's extremely fit. She has no makeup on or anything like that. She has really good skin. There's nothing wrong with this woman. This woman is actually, in my opinion, a very pretty lady, but she's just kind of like, just basic. Not basic. See, I hate saying basic, but she's plain. She's basic, right? I want you to let me rewind this for a second because I want you to see this again.
I have nothing against the plain Jane females.
And the woman who made that comment, and let me just say this. I am not here to roast this woman. This is a young woman. I assume she's a young woman. And I think she's trying to figure some things out. I think she's trying to find her way and she's looking for answers, right? I think right now, hold on, let me fuss at my children. I think what she's doing is she's trying to find what is it that men want. Okay, let me go ahead and pause this for a second because my husband's coming in. All right, I will unmute shortly. I am just turning on some lights here. I'm in my office. Okay, I am back. I did not want any of my family members on camera. So this young lady, I'm not interested in roasting anyone. I'm not interested in tearing anybody down. What you see here is a young woman. I presume she's wearing a wig. It looks much like what I see many of the young girls are wearing. She's got on a wig. I think she even got the the weird the situations that we call it the baby hairs. Everybody's wearing the same baby hairs. It's almost like they're stamped on their forehead, right? Not a bad looking lady. She's got the eyelashes and everything, but she wants answers. So we're gonna give her some answers.
I have nothing against the plain Jane females.
Even
I seen this video.
even her nails look better than mine. Now, I actually like long nails too. A couple of mine broke off, so I cut them down. Went and got a simple gel. the rest is history. Let's
Video
continue.
going around, and honestly, I was just gonna let it pass by without saying anything. But somebody tagged me and made the mistake of calling me a plain Jane. Here's why that's a mistake. Baby, it ain't nothing plain about me.
Look at that body.
You can say like low maintenance, maybe, but plain? I think that some of y'all wear y'all costumes so much that y'all think it's a part of y'all face.
Now, this is a little bit of a drag, but she has a point, right? Now I'm going to go back to me because there's no way I'm going to do this on the regular, what's on the right. I am not interested. That picture of me, let's put it back up again. Okay, now let's continue on with this for a second.
Or a part of y'all body. And I really wish that y'all would stop telling yourselves that y'all are the pretty girls, because what?
This is a pretty
Plain
lady.
Jane does not mean ugly or lazy or low self-esteem. We do not let our husbands cheat on us. We don't have that issue. When you say girls who don't get their makeup done or don't get their hair done often, like, do y'all really think men is out here wifing scheduled nail appointments and like full face beat?
Now, let me tell you something. I remember when I was dating my husband, and we knew there was a couple that we were friends with. We're no longer friends with them. That's a whole other issue. But this guy that he was friends with used to have a girlfriend who, I'm going to say, she was dressing in her full thought era. Cute girl, but everything was on display. I was also back in my fitter finer younger days, but I just personally didn't dress like that. I mean, I dressed attractively, but everything wasn't like just hanging out. You know what I mean? It was like form fitting, but it wasn't just. There was a lot going on with the other one. And I remember my husband made the comment. He's like, that looks good now, but he said, first of all, what is all this going to look like when the clothes come off? He's like, it's just too much. I think he, meaning the guy that he was friends with, wants all this attention all the time. He said, I like for my woman to be attractive, but he was like, what is going on with this? Like, she's just too much. And it was almost as if he was encouraging her, like almost like a pimp, in my opinion, but that's a whole other issue. They were just on some other kind of stuff. Nevertheless, my husband was never really into like all of that extra, like makeup and stuff as an enhancement stuff. It looks nice, it looks good. And don't get me wrong. I mean, when you look nice, of course, it's going to turn heads. But let me tell you something. I want you to take a look at this picture to the left. Now, granted, I'm my own hype woman, okay? That picture off to the left, um, I've gotten more hollering from dudes with this picture off to the left. Now, I'm talking about back in my fitter, finer, younger days, okay? Me now, this is in my full-on 40s. That picture of me right there was probably only like a couple of months ago. The one to the right was probably not quite a year ago. My husband and other men, but I'm speaking about my husband because that's who I've been with the longest. He was like, what is that? He was just called blah. He calls it blah. That's his thing for everything. Blah. And I'm like, I need you to use your words. Use your big boy words. And he's blah. But when he sees like all that, he's like, blah. What is that? Like, what is that? I will say this. Let me see. I'm gonna see where I am in this video, and I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back to this young lady because she's actually a cute lady, cute young woman. But everybody looks like this. Everyone has the same wigs. They got the same baby hairs. I don't know. I don't think you can see my pointer on here, but the same baby hairs, the same nails, the same eyelashes. All of the women look like this. And I'm not pushing natural because I believe in enhancements and wigs and all that, because sometimes that's just how you feel. But I think with young women these days and older women, I think they think that is what men want on a regular, that personifies beauty almost. Let me go back to where we were. Okay. I think this is where we were, right about here.
Plain Jane does not mean ugly or lazy or low self-esteem. We do not let our husbands cheat on us. We don't have that issue. When you say girls who don't get their makeup done, or don't get their hair done often. Like, do y'all really think men is out here wifing scheduled nail appointments and like full face beat? I'm gonna tell y'all from a real man. I can't speak for these dudes now, but I can speak for my husband, who's I can say is like a last of a dying breed type of guy. He and other men that I've talked to says that a lot of makeup to them is a turnoff because it says insecurity.
I struggle with that particular statement because I'm inclined to believe that. But I do think there are some women out there who enjoy makeup and transformation, right? My husband is fussing at my kids. Hold on a second. Okay. So I think there are women who really enjoy just the transformation of it all. Like they enjoy beauty, they enjoy makeup. So I struggle with that. But I do believe there are some women who are very, what's going on here, quite insecure. So they need all that makeup. Literally, women have told me, and I would say it goes across um, race actually, that they feel more secure with all of this makeup. I've actually heard women say that. So for men to say, I think it's a sign of insecurity, I would agree with a little asterisk next to that, only because I do believe women enjoy the artistry around the transformation. I do believe that. Let's go ahead and continue.
And they don't have any idea what you look like for real. My husband thinks that cumbrellas, that's what they were called first, but eyelashes, being so big and dramatic looks stupid because nobody eyelashes looks like that. He also prefers my real hair because he likes to play in my hair, and we are both very athletic and swim.
I want to pause on that for a second. There's something to be said about that. Now, granted, I think a lot of it has to do with her lifestyle. Now, I was very active for a long time, and my husband was too. We traveled. We were even in a bowling league at one point. I mean, we played tennis. We did all kinds of things. We were in leagues. We went to nationals. My husband was a Division 1 athlete. I was only Division 3. Um, so much to be said. And so when you live a particular lifestyle, I could understand her saying my hair being natural because we are very active and we swim. And for most Black women, I'm going to say most non ambiguous Black women, let me rephrase that, with kinky hair, right? That unless you're braided up all the time, you're going to have to come to some sort of like come to Jesus moment. Like, okay, like I can't wear it straight all the time. I can't maintain that. And it will require too much process or whatever for that. So you'll find that a lot of women now are just like embracing the natural, or they'll be dreaded or braided up or whatever. What you're not going to see for those who are really, really into working out or whatever, and water sports or water play or anything like that, you're not going to see them being overly concerned about their wigs and everybody having the same baby hair edges. So her comment, I would say, I would caveat that with her living a particular lifestyle. There are some men who don't really care that you just want to be like the full face beat, as she says. But I haven't, I personally have not seen many men wife who are wifed up to those types. They may be boyfriend, girlfriend, in relationships, whatever. I just haven't seen it. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I want to make sure I make that clear. These are just my opinions. Oh, hold on. Let me just go ahead and put my situation up because I don't need any drama. Everything is alleged and it's just my opinion. Nothing is true. It might all be true. I don't know. Whatever. Fair use. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Got that all out the way. Let's continue.
That may be what attracted him to me. But you really got to understand, baby, just because we don't put on sauce, we are sauce. Like, women who we typically don't have many like self-esteem issues or hangups. I don't have anything.
I would say generally speaking, yes, but being that we are human and that we live in this world, I would say we all have some form of self-esteem issue at some point. I wouldn't say, let me rephrase that. Generally speaking, we have decent self-esteem. I would like to say I have decent self-esteem. Let me tell you something. It takes a lot of courage to come on camera. Hold on. Let me. It takes a lot of courage to come on camera like this. Okay. I actually did put on some lip gloss because I like my NARS lip gloss. I've been known for saying that how much I like NARS. But I've got on a hat because my hair is not done. This is the situation. I got on this oversized situation. For those of you who are joining late, I actually was just in a regular t-shirt before I put this on. I'm not super big, but um, you know, this makes me look a little bigger. But look, what I'm saying is, it doesn't mean we don't have our own insecurities, but I wouldn't say we were grossly insecure. I'm going to throw this up for a second just because I am using this woman's content. So I just want to say this is fair use. For those of you who want to do that, you can go back on a replay. You can pause and read that if you want to. I also want to throw up something real quick because I don't want to forget. If you like what I'm talking about, this is a great opportunity for you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. And while you're doing that, make sure you leave a comment to let me know if any of this content that I'm talking about today even remotely resonates with you. That's the best way for the algorithm to know, like, okay, I need to push more of this kind of content. Because if you don't, most of the content that's going to be pushed to you is going to be about hair, beauty, how much I hate Black men, how much I hate Black women, or basically the whole manosphere stuff, which I'm trying to keep out of my feed. And I forgot. I usually have my whole spiel, but I forgot. But anyway. So let's continue on. Let me get back to my situation.
The cover. So when I wake up looking like this, why would I need to put on makeup? Like, I think that y'all think that spending our money on certain things and going outside with stage makeup, because that's what I used to call it growing up, dancing. Stage makeup. Like, if you work at Walmart, why is you not shitting on Walmart? I'm just saying there's no need
Now, I just want to say for the record, now, I don't like to cuss on my channel, but, sometimes stuff just slips out. It wasn't me, though.
for a full face and primer just to work at Walmart. But again, I'm not speaking from a standpoint of needing to be chose. And so maybe you guys are doing that to attract men, but you
Stop right there. Now, look, I want to address that for a second, needing to be chose. There's two ways of looking at that, right? Because we talk about pick me's and stuff like that, because I think, let me say this, and this is going to probably outrage some people. At the end of the day, we all want to be chosen. Now, I believe I know what she meant when she said that, right? At the end of the day, most of us desire companionship and love and appreciation and that type of thing, right? So, if we're all being honest, we all want to be chosen. Okay. But I understand she was saying, like, look, I'm not doing this for the sake of trying to be like chosen, like in a pick me kind of way. But this is the thing. I recognize, let me see where I'm at with this. I'm going to rewind it back here. You see this here, this young lady? Look at her for a second. At the end of the day, I think I did a video on this. I want to just pause to just say, look, she's young. This is an attractive young lady. At the end of the day, she is competing. She's competing. I should have had this view. And she should be competing. That's why in your youth, it's all about competition because we all want to be chosen, right? She's in prime competition mode. She's got that good skin. Well, I think I got good skin too, but she's got good skin. And right now she's trying to figure it out. So I want to cut her a little bit of slack here because I don't want to drag her. Right now she's trying to figure out what is it. That's why she asked the question. Why do men cuff the plain Jane females? That is her question. And so we're trying to actually answer the question. And I'm going to get there. But I just wanted to just point out that this is a young woman who basically wants to be chosen, but like she's competing. Everyone's competing when you're in your 20s and your 30s and teens. She's actually normal. She's normal. She's just trying to figure it out. So right now, to her, she's probably thinking, and I'm guessing, men want this. They want, she may not have verbalized it this way, but what she has said was, I think they want a European aesthetic, and they want a lot of it. So I'm going to make sure I have my hair with the situation. 'Cause you know how I feel about the baby hairs. The Jermaine Dupri, I think they called it on one of the reality shows, like the baby hairs. She went and got the wig, nice looking wig. She went and got the lashes. She's got the nails, nice looking young lady trying to figure it out. So when we go hard on these women, I don't want to go hard on her, because at the end of the day, she should be competing. She's trying to get cuffed up, right? So she's trying to figure out what is it that men want, versus trying to figure out, how do I become a whole person on my own? And she's clearly just, she's going down the journey that we've all been down. So I don't want to come hard on this young woman, because she asked the question and now we need to answer. But when we answer questions like this to young women like this, you can't drag them and make them feel like they're trash. And I probably have committed some faux pas even in this live, but she's supposed to ask these questions. She's young, I assume, but that's what she also thinks is beauty. Now, let me go back to me, because I might be a narcissist. If you look at what's here, the one to the right, and this was not even a year ago. That was just playing dress up with my niece, who's now what, 21, 22. She knows how to do all this. And then one to the left is just about maybe a month or so ago, right? I chose to do that because, well, I wanted to take some pictures with my niece. And she was like, Auntie, let me put your makeup on. And she went and got all these lashes and everything. I was like, honey, total transformation. But she enjoys all of that. I digress. Now we need to answer this question, like, why do men do all this stuff? Let's finish up this video, because I'm close to being done here. Okay.
Are doing that to attract men, but all of that, even lingerie, men say it's for other women. So maybe just try loving what you look like and being confident in what you look like, and then maybe somebody else will love it too. Y'all be so out of touch with reality and worried about the wrong things. Focus on what makes you a good partner and what would make someone else a good partner for you, and stop worrying about why we ain't got on no goddamn makeup.
Yeah, and I actually reacted to this video and I responded to other things. So this is what I would say. Um, Men would answer what they're looking for better, but I would say ultimately, from my opinion, men at the end of the day, they don't want to always have to feel like you're on. Okay. They just want to roll over and see what you look like in the morning too. What do you look like naturally? And there's nothing wrong with dressing up. We all choose how we want to show up in this world. Um, but men, at least the men that I know, over time, when maturity kicks in too, they really want someone who is attractive even as you age. They want someone who, I hate saying hold them down, but that has to be mutual, right? Because I do believe men need to be holding down women. Um, they do want to be respected. Most of the men I know, and it could be the demographic that I associate with, that's in my circle, they do want a legacy. They want a partner. They want a friend. They want somebody who can be responsible. And they do want someone who's attractive, but they don't want to have to guess what you look like. And then when you take all that stuff off, you don't look like anything. Well, then again, I mean, I don't know. Was that fraudulent? I think I kind of sort of look at myself here. Same person, different look. But I put that up there because I want people to see. Let me remove this. I think we had enough of this. I put that up there just so people can see, like, the transformation. Women who ask about why do men, like, almost as if like these plain Janes don't compare to us pretty girls. I'm like, now this is going to be shady for a second. There was a presumption that what they're putting on makes them pretty. Maybe they're not pretty without all that stuff. Who are you without all that stuff? There's this presumption that that's what men really want. And some of them do want that because they are on social media or whatever, and they are caught up in the fantasy of what they think that is. But the vast majority of women don't even look like that. You're looking at me right now, for those of you who are live, and look at this picture. I didn't wake up like that, and I just had a teeny dusting of some lip color on there and a little bit of makeup. It was like a little bit of makeup. Transformation. There's an assumption that a lot of these women that are wearing all these accoutrements that's giving them that, you know how when people drink, they call it liquid courage. Well, I'm looking at this makeup and I feel like that's their armor. That's their armor. And I think people have forgotten and they think that's what's making them pretty. But see, men want what's on the inside too, the character. I'm talking about men. I'm not talking about these boys out here. I'm not talking about the ones who are engaged in shenanigans. I'm talking about men. Men. They want they want something other than that. Look, the young lady was concerned about or asked a question about men cupping up plain jeans. There's something to be said then, and maybe you need to reevaluate. What am I doing? And what comes along with this? And what is it in my attitude? What is it in my persona? What is it about my personality that's not getting me cuffed? Because clearly, if it's the exterior stuff, right, then either I'm not as pretty as I thought I was, or maybe that's not what men really want. Maybe they want something else. Maybe I need to do something else. Maybe I need to make some changes. Maybe I need to be introspective. For that young lady, honestly, you know, I know a lot of people have probably dragged her. I don't want to drag her. I don't think there's anything wrong with her asking those questions. It just lets me know where she is mentally, and that's okay because she's young. She should be able to make these kinds of. I don't even want to. It's not a mistake. It's just part of her process. Okay, because maybe no one told her that that's not the definition of pretty. That's not what men are cuffing. Since we like using cuffing, you know, Beyonce is calling out the cuffing, the cuffing song, whatever she calls it. So anyway, I know I put that up before, but I'm knowing I'm getting ready to put back up again. If you like what I said, if you like what I'm talking about, this is a great opportunity for you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think. Tell your friends. Um, yeah, that's about it. So look, I should probably get off of this live because I don't have anything else to say about it. I think I said what I said. I think my point has already been made. All right. Take care. Bye.